On the West Coast, no two programs have rocked the establishment more than these two, and it's built a rivalry between them. It's been nasty at times. It's had its fair share of cheap shots and ruined seasons, all in the quest for the milk can. On the blue, Albertson Stadium in Boise, Idaho. It's the Fresno State Bulldogs and the Boise State Broncos. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. We are keeping an eye on the weather in this one. Holly Rowe has the latest.
This is a bright and beautiful day, but I can tell you the temperature is chilly. Not always used to these kind of temperatures here. They are ready to have some heaters on the sideline. I see players trying to warm their hands. Particularly important for the wide receivers. They do have gloves on, and the quarterbacks trying to keep their hands warm. We'll see how it impacts the passing game here today. Guys?
We'll see if they can handle the weather in this game. On the West Coast, no two programs have rocked the establishment more than these two, and it's built a rivalry between them. It's been nasty at times. It's had its fair share of cheap shots and ruined seasons, all in the quest for the milk can. On the blue, Albertson Stadium in Boise, Idaho. It's the Fresno State Bulldogs and the Boise State Broncos. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set up here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Back to you guys.
Okay, Holly, I know you're out in the elements. Keep an eye on that. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. Oh, that will give them good field position as he kicks it out of bounds. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Bunch formation for these receivers. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Eli Holstein to throw. Wasting no time taking a shot. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown Broncos! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And they
talked about his speed all week, but it's one thing to talk about. It's another thing to see it. You see that young man out wide, man. He can fly, and he runs right by the defense. They take a shot early, Palmer. They find the speedster, and he finds the end zone.
And I think the defensive coordinator right now is just kicking himself because you're right. I mean, they watched film all week long. You've seen this guy torch defenses. You cannot play coverages that allow this guy to take the top off and get behind your back line. That right there is just a big mistake defensively, a bad call, and kudos to the offense for finding the matchup and making them pay.
Looking downfield, it's Rose. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose. Let's take a second to talk about Fresno State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. Got to make the play on fourth. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab ready for the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win one-on-one, and you're not going to get a bigger opportunity to prove that than on that fourth down. That was a throw vertically down the field. Not an easy one to complete. He just knew where his guy was.
But, and he's got room. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Martin will throw it. He's got him in the flat. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
And I got to know on offense, right? When I get in this situation down near the goal line, I got to get physical, finish my run forward, not start dancing around, going all over the place and losing yards. That's just bad offense.
They'll keep it on the ground, looking for the end zone. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one's incomplete.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Broncos offense to start the drive. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. They'll send the back in motion. Holstein under pressure. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Guys, they first played in 1977. They've had their battles in the WAC, the Mountain West, and here they are again today.
Yeah, they've changed conferences, and it's kind of an interesting rivalry, Palmer, because they don't play every year. So, but it's been kind of neutral the last 10.
He's going for the big play. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Broncos.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. The Bulldogs offense is on the field and ready to get this drive cranked up. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. Look out! They've got him. Great pressure by this defense.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
Here's the give off the left side. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Catches it at the 30. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Throwing, Holstein. Fires to the wideout. That's caught. It's House. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. The Broncos want to pick up the tempo. From the red zone, looking for a space. They're all over it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Maybe a miscommunication. That one didn't have a chance.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
And the Broncos come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos! He got it, beat down in bounds. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll move the tight end. Martin back to pass. And the timing just a hair off.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Let's see what they've got on second down. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Motion from the wideout. Right back to it. Stuff on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at third and long.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
The last two runs went headlong into a brick wall. Now third and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Stepping to the right. Slings it. Finds space on the right. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
How's that not intentional grounding?
Play and just get rid of that thing. Second and long here. Martin will throw it. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He makes the catch, but the official's right on top of it, signaling out of bounds.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He just got rid of the football. I'm not sure what he was doing, and they're going to get him for grounding. So the intentional grounding call will be a loss of down, and now it's fourth down. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Snapped on fourth down. How about knocking him down to stop him short of picking up that first down.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
Ooh, why is he so slow?
In the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
And they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill. Go get the running back. Get him on the ground.
Here's Holstein to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes the catch at the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Fresno State.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And so the Fresno State offense comes out onto the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. The give.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11.
Kill. 214 close. 214 close. Hawkeye. Brent.
Martin back to pass. Unloads to the right. Slots it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Oh, pressure's coming. Just a short pass to the tight end. Could not make his way to the corner.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Fresno State hoping to convert on 4th down.
Kill. 390, twilight.
Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. They'll take the penalty and move them back. So here they come on 4th and long, backed up after that 3rd down penalty. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Rushes on. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety. Trying to make one miss. Eli Holstein to throw. Finds his man. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5. The Broncos headed quickly to the line.
Well, there's an example of the quarterback just creating on the fly, because I think that was supposed to go to the running back on a screen, and he just saw an open guy downfield and said, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it down to this dude. He's wide open. I know that's not how we drew it up, but we'll take it.
Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Left side is Jones. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. And the Broncos can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, it's Riley. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
They run it, they get the 1st down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
Bro, get out of here. I hate when they do that shit.
And they'll close in on him after a good return on the
You throw it
interception.
right to him. What the fuck?
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Martin will throw it. Rush right in his face. Just got rid of that one.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Ninja. Foul.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. Blasted as he lets it go. Couldn't set his feet.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. Now Fresno State calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. Drops back on 1st down. Turns it upfield. After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. Out of the gun to give to the back. They get him down, but they'll mark it beyond the line to gain. It's 1st down, Fresno State.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you 1st downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception. Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They go play action with Holstein. Unloads it downfield. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
The fake wants to throw. He'll try to do it himself. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Quick give. It's Riley. And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Interesting first half, fellas, and an eye-opening day here in Week 10 on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin our coverage with Florida State taking on the number 6 team, the TCU Horned Frogs. And it's the Seminoles coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. They win their second straight game and talk about doing it in style. That margin of victory is a head-turner. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Martin back to pass. Looking for a big play. Makes the catch down the right side. Running free. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Well, he's just running straight down the field. The thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll go out of bounds at the 39. Good return, and the offense could certainly do a lot worse than this for starting field position. And so the Boise State offense comes out to go to work. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with that.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Riley. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
To the ground. He's got it again. All over him immediately. The Broncos come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
It's complete to the right. There he goes. Touchdown, Broncos! And the route is on. They'll try to add another to their lead. And he puts through the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. They'll grab the squib kick just inside the 10. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They'll run it. They needed that extra space as he bangs his way to the 14.
Well, this guy's exceeded all expectations all season. We knew and we thought he would be talented. He'd leave a mark on the offense. I don't think anybody expected him to be in the Heisman race this late in the season as a true freshman. He is just special.
Here comes the heat. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety. Making his first move. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Holstein. Got the quick pass. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Unloads in the nick of time.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Back to throw, it's Holstein. Under pressure, and they got him.
And you just get the feeling this defense is going to have to make more negative plays like that. You're down multiple possessions tonight. You need to come away with sacks to see if you can scrape and claw and get back in this game.
Lined up in the gun, 3rd down, Eli Holstein. Makes the ground to the 25, and there's room. Touchdown, Broncos. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David, when the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together, get some good mojo going.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Martin will throw it. Out wide left, it's McClain. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. The Bulldogs getting set on 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Escapes the pressure to his right. Bought a little time, lets it go. Picked off.
But this can't be the same fucking Fresno State team I played last year.
Nice job reading
This got to
the
be
pass,
somebody
and that's his
different.
2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Boise State ready to send out that offense. Soft spot in the middle. They pull him down, but he's got enough. It'll be a 1st down for this offense. And the Broncos are in the hurry-up. Touchdown Broncos! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And if you're the head coach, you are absolutely loving this. You're up big on the scoreboard because your defense keeps getting takeaways, and on offense, in sudden change situations, you're turning it into touchdowns. That right there, phenomenal job. Great decision by the quarterback. He finds his open man. They connect. Everything going their way, David.
And I love when they stay aggressive after a turnover. That is the #1 thing we're always yelling in the huddle as a defense. Sudden change, sudden change. They want to capitalize on the momentum, and they did. They stayed aggressive, continuing to add to this lead, doing what they want when they want.
Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Tight end now in motion. Martin back to pass. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. Still running at the 40. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. And the Bulldogs come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Fresh set of downs going up top. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Second down to the air. Fires to the big fella. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
180 race car. 180 race car.
Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Look out! It's dropped after taking the hit.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Moving out to the right. Throwing on the run. Tosses it incomplete. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Martin will throw it. Makes the grab on the left. He gets it inside the 20 to the 19, but they still have a ways to go, and it'll be 4th down. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short, and teams want to make their move in the rankings. Wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Needs it here on 4th down. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
The Broncos want to crank the tempo. Complete on 3rd down. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Riley. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. It's Riley. They found a little running room out of the Wildcat, still short of the 1st down marker. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They give it to him again. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. And the Broncos pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. On the move. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Boise State. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. Now Fresno State calls its 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day.
Can't hang on, he muffs it. They'll grab the squib kick just inside the 20. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
What is he doing? Why would he do that?
The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. The AT unit on the field. Splits the uprights. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Broncos offense to start the drive. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on 4th down. The give on 4th. Nice move there. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert the 4th down, and it paid off. The Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. Red pass, it's complete. At the 40, there he goes. All kinds of room to the right. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And he's not going to take the touchback. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And the D does it again. I feel like it's a repeat. We could play that over and over today. They've had a great game against the pass, against the run, limiting the big plays, and they do it again. Just watch them where they're supposed to be. They're physical. They don't give up a lot of tackles, a lot of yards after the tackle. Just a great performance by this D.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Martin back to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. And so the Boise State offense comes out to go to work. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
And the Broncos come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. After this, it'll be a wrap. Using his legs, it's Riley. They're going to try to really stick it to him and rub it in with another score here. That will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. So Boise State takes down Fresno State, and these two often use each other as a measuring stick. That's how rivalries are born, and this one certainly delivered. That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.